It's Thursday, May the 23rd. Oh my gosh, Memorial Day is upon us.
It is.
And this is the second installment of What's Hot and What's Not. And a lot of nice compliments from our first go round. So here we are with a reprise. So I think you're going to talk about.
Yeah, we're going to mix it up this
Yeah.
month, and I'll talk about what's not working in the current market environment, what's out of favor, and that is the consumer discretionary segment. Year to date, consumer discretionary is one of two sectors that is negative for the year, the other one being real estate. And there are a few reasons behind that. Credit card debt, highest all time that Americans have ever had. It's up above $1.1 trillion, which is a really hard statistic to believe. We've got auto delinquencies at all-time highs. If you've noticed in the news, really over the last month, some of those main street restaurants that you drive down are either closing or filing for bankruptcy that we all know. And really what that means is the consumer, you, me, you, the listener, is really starting to feel some pain and stress with those savings that they had during the COVID years, and we're starting to run out of households are starting to run out of money.
What I'm saying, this is totally anecdotal, but every Friday I'm headed to Eastern North Carolina. And I'm either on 40 or I'm on 64 headed east, and I'm seeing more and more abandoned cars especially on 64. So anecdotally, what that would say to most people is these cars are just so far gone, it's not worth even trying to rehabilitate them, try to fix them. So they're just walking away from the vehicles, and they're there for weeks at a time.
And to add to your point on autos, this is the longest that Americans have held on to their car since '08 and '09.
Right.
They're trying to get the most out of their car. If it's at 100,000 miles, 200,000 miles, people aren't looking to buy cars. So it is a bifurcated market. It doesn't mean to completely get out of the sector, but the sector itself, maybe not look at a broad indice. There are some opportunities, and we have really looked at portfolios that the consumer discretion individual stocks that you're going to go buy staples, groceries, everyday things
Right.
that you have to have no matter what are still good areas to be in. But like we've talked about on the radio show, Gib, at times, it is a stock picker's market. You have questions about that, give us a call.
Yep.
And what's hot?
So what's hot? We talked about in our last go around about utilities, maybe a little early for utilities, just because interest rates have not yet started to go down, and utilities become much more admired during a interest decrease period of time. And we're probably, somewhere between 6 months, 7 months away from the first reduction of interest rates by the Fed. But I've been doing a lot of research, and with all the AI demand that is coming from 2025 to 2030, the gigawatt numbers are going to more than double the need for having adequate power. And that means that you're going to have, you're going to see states, I think, inviting a lot of AI companies to come to their state, get a break on the energy costs for a certain number of years. I would imagine North Carolina would be very aggressive in that arena, considering the power company that is the large power company that's here, that's stationed here. So I think that if you were looking for, if you really want something that pays a high dividend, that has safety, because let's face it, they're monolithic in most regions, that it might be time to start looking at some power companies throughout the United States where we think we're going to see growth from a population standpoint because of AI.
So a second derivative play off of everyone's buzzword, AI,
Right.
and locking in a great dividend with the Fed looking to
So it has a
reduce
lot of
interest
it has a
rates.
lot of layers
Yeah.
that are positive. You might be a little early to the game by doing it now, but it's right now it's a market weight versus being an overweight. But I think it's going to be an overweight starting next year. So getting to the game maybe a little early might be beneficial for
Where the
you.
puck is going to be.
Correct.
There we go.
So that's what is hot and what is not for this week. We look forward to our next segment. But always remember, it is your money.
And your money matters.
Talk to you soon.